And we're back with another episode of What's Hockey. As we always do, we go around that hockey. Keaton, what's been happening?
Not too much. Looks like Thatcher Demko finally comes back after like a year. Took forever. But yeah, he showed his stuff in a shootout against the Devils, ended up winning that game, so not too shabby. Made a couple great saves. I did see a replay where he like did a full split and caught the puck in his glove. Pretty solid, you know.
I know.
Pretty spry for a just injured guy. So
And over there in Vancouver, after they re-signed that last dude, I forget the backup's name, but there was talk that he's the future. So Thatcher's definitely gonna have to play up to how he has in the past, because this season apparently is a little down for him. So we'll see how that goes.
well, he hasn't played all season until now.
I looked it up. I think it was the month of January or February. I should have pulled it up actually.
He like re-injured something, but he barely played this year.
Yeah, and when he had played, there was definitely a fair amount of goals allowed, so it's not his best season.
The Canucks aren't even in the playoff contention at this point.
Let's see, when was this? It was
They just be allowing too many goals. They can't score enough.
Oh, it was January. He was allowing.
It was probably January.
It was like a 3, a 5, a 6, and some 1s and 2s. Not too bad, but yeah, definitely good that he's back and healthy. Hopefully, he stays healthy. But hey, that's good.
He's healthy.
Yeah, sure.
But like I said, Canucks aren't even in the wild card spot, but now the Blues are winning 6 straight and shooting past the Flames and I guess the hockey club and everyone else that's there. Pretty crazy.
The Jim Montgomery effect.
Looks like it, dude. Who knows? But yeah, speaking of the Blues, Zach Baldock has been fined the maximum for cross-checking. What a naughty fella right there. Yeah, not too great.
I kind of, well, okay, so obviously it was like way after the whistle, and it was dirty, and the fine's warranted. I think that right before it, his teammate Robert Thomas was tripped, but it kind of looked like he had his leg out further than the dude who supposedly tripped him.
It was just a weird collision and fall.
And either way, Baldock took exception to that trip or non-trip, whatever, and he's already down on the ground and just mashes him
going
right
to
there.
town.
Yeah, so that was an easy call for the refs, an easy decision for the NHL front office. My goodness.
Yeah, pretty, what's it?
Reckless?
Yeah, I guess so. What's that other word?
Stupid?
Yeah. Preposterous.
Preposterous.
Pretty crazy stuff. Also, the Oilers unfortunately lose their top 2 guys, the number 1 or number 2 and number 4, I believe, scorers as far as points are concerned.
Tough.
And Draisaitl and McDavid. Obviously, David is a huge blow, and as well, Draisaitl's playing his ass off this year. I mean, he's got 49 goals. I don't even know if he's even going to get 50 at this point. He's got the undisclosed injury that who knows what he's going to come back from.
Who could say?
And in addition to McDavid, too, they have an undisclosed lower body injury. But, there's a lot of stuff that's in your lower body. You never know what could be.
The NHL, when it comes to injuries, always cracks me up that it normally always says upper body or lower body, but with Draisaitl, it genuinely is completely undisclosed.
He's just injured.
So, I mean, goodness gracious, but yeah.
He's got something going on.
He's got something there. Yeah, and I think it's, they were expecting initially that it would be a quicker recovery than what it is. I last saw this morning that they're not expected to play this week completely at all. Hey, Stars play them tomorrow. Good for us, but that's tough for Edmonton.
Yeah, and who knows if it'll even trickle into the playoffs. I mean, I guess as far as they're concerned, hopefully not. But, sure. Hopefully they do end up losing out of the playoffs because of their lack of star power. Mentioned before, they're pretty top-heavy, so without their top, they are not.
They're pretty light in the ass.
Pretty trash. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. Hopefully they get better soon in their own regard. But yeah, Ovechkin ends up getting another goal this week. He's 7 away, so
how many
probably
games to go
do it. There's
them,
like,
do you know?
10 games probably?
Here, let me check right quick. 12
All he needs
games.
is 2 hat tricks, and he's like right fucking there.
Dude, I can't believe he's this close, man. I was a massive doubter.
I mean, 42 goals wasn't like the biggest ask in the world, but like the fact that he got injured and he's 39. What the hell is that?
42 goals, I mean, that's a goal every other game. Better than that, honestly. And for him to do it at his age, and yeah, you add the injury on top of it where he breaks his leg and he comes back in a month. I mean, the guy, he's earned the nickname of the Russian machine. It's genuinely insane, man. 7 away. Good God.
Yeah, and I mean, he did have a hat trick, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 at this point. I don't know. It was a little while ago. But, I mean, that's 3 goals knocked out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
At least for, games played is concerned. So, yeah, who knows what will happen. I mean, they play the Jets tonight. That'll be a pretty good matchup as far as teams are concerned. I do think that the Capitals should be able to weather that storm, but I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Can cause problems, man. It'll be an interesting one.
Yeah, I mean, I've been listening to the radio broadcast for Red Wings games sometimes, and one of the guys there just doesn't believe in the Jets whatsoever, and kind of have to agree with them. I mean, they are great in what they do, but I don't think that they're going to make that far of a run in the playoffs. Kind of a hollow team, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't agree with that guy. That just doesn't fly with me. But anyway, that being said,
that's what I thought beginning of the season, and he's already thinking about that. So I mean, yeah,
I think he's just a salty Red Wings fan. So he's hating on everyone else.
You're just mad because you have to battle the Jets in your stupid ass division.
It is pretty stupid, man. Or the Avalanche, or Vegas, or God, it's not fun. But anyway.
Well, Vegas is not even in your division; it's in the conference.
Well, but we'll see them in the playoffs. Look, the Western Conference is ridiculous. There's
a wild Avalanche, the Jets. It's already 3 teams, and you have to fight your spot.
Depending on the health of Edmonton star players, McDavid and Draisaitl. I mean, that's another tough task to get through as well. So, no fun.
And I don't know. There's some sneaky teams. I know the Kings can be a bit of a beast in some way, but I mean, it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, I don't really believe in the Jets this year. So it's kind of like the Rangers. I mean, they had such a great season, and sure, they did well, but I mean, they ended up losing to the Panthers overall, and just nothing really came of it.
The Panthers went on to win the whole thing. I mean, that's a good team. They didn't lose to nobody.
Lost. They still lost. They didn't win.
I mean, only one team gets to win it all. So this is just
and it's not the Jets.
All right, fair enough.
All right, so just about what's happened. Oh yeah, Jacob Chikrin, the defensive man for the Washington Capitals, ends up signing an 8-year deal for $72 million, or about $9 million on average per year. Pretty solid. Shores up his. I believe he's going to be a free agent after the season, so he just kind of ensures that they could retain a solid player. And of course, he's 26-ish years old, something like that. So younger player, great defensive player, and having a hell of a season. I think he's got a career high this season for points. So playing pretty well.
Yeah, definitely. That's like
I think the whole team has just been playing really well this season. So I don't know, just been crazy to watch, I guess.
Dude, the Caps, every time I watch them, like, I swear they're not heavily star laden outside, of course, Ovechkin. Maybe if you want to consider Tom Wilson in there as well, but like everyone on the ice, they battle hard, they fight, man. That sounds real general, but Washington they're going to be a tough out as well on the
Yeah, I
Eastern
mean
side.
I think we've only played 2 games, the Red Wings against the Capitals, and both of those games we stayed in it for the first or second period, but by the end of it, it was like 5-1, 4-1. I mean they know how to finish games, they know how to
Yeah.
complete it. So I think they're going to go a little bit further than the Jets, of course, but
Yeah,
I don't know how
and
far they're going to go. We'll see what the brackets end up looking like whenever it's all said and done. So
sure.
it
But
could be
going back
anybody's
to
game at that point.
Chikrin being signed, like you mentioned, he's 26. There's no sign that he's going to decline anytime soon. So just locking him up for the foreseeable future, that's
Oh
just a
yeah, for
good move
sure.
right there by the
And I
Capitals.
mean, he wants to stay with a good team, and I mean, he
Sure.
looks like they have a good team.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know how their contracts are with the other players like Tom Wilson or Ovechkin even. But I mean, I'm sure that Ovechkin probably will just take one of those loyalty deals at the end of the day, if that ever is the ask, I guess. But yeah,
I think he would play for free, man. That dude's a nut.
yeah,
He would pay
yeah.
the Capitals to come back.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It'll be crazy to watch, but in the meantime, we've got what 12 to 14 potentially games, maybe 10. Depends on your team, I
In
guess.
that
Games
range,
left to play
yeah.
in the
Some
season,
people have
so
13
I think
games.
there's
Yeah.
3.5 weeks as far as days are concerned. So not too much left to play, and I know the Red Wings definitely have a pretty rough schedule and just came out of a pretty rough schedule. We ended up playing the Capitals. Like I said, I mean we kind of have a pretty decent shot at winning the game. The Capitals end up scoring first with Dylan Strome, and Larkin ties it up 5 minutes later. And it's 1-1 up until I believe the third quarter, and we just let 3 goals out of nowhere or something. I think it was probably the second period as well, but it just didn't look great. We don't know how to finish games, and they do. So ended up taking that win. But yeah, we ended up playing Golden Knights next, and coming off the heels of that 3-0 win, we definitely took a turn. We ended up scoring first with Lucas Raymond, so we ended up getting an early lead about 5 minutes into the game, but Hurdle gets 2 goals like within 5 minutes of each other. So it's 2-1, and then like I think 30 seconds left in the game. Who was it? Nicholas Roy scores just a goal like right at the last second, pretty much. So ends up being 3-1. I ended up just going to walk my dog. Didn't want to watch that game anymore. But yeah, I mean, we ended up scoring 2 more goals, and they score 3 more goals. So we definitely lost that game. Not a great turnout, but yeah, I mean, they took revenge. I expected them to win the last week anyway, but yeah, they ended up winning this one. But we did play the Utah Hockey Club last night. Pretty decent game, albeit with the low amount of shots on goal. We had like 4 shots on goal in the middle of the second period for the whole game, and we had 2. We were up 2-1, which didn't make any fucking sense, but whatever. I think we ended up having 14 total shots on goal and winning 3-1. Don't know where that came from. But yeah, Gunther ends up running into Peter Mrazek, who started the game, and injures him. Pretty shitty asshole move right there. Ends up scoring the next goal. So just kind of one of those things. Kind of seemed like he might have been aiming for Peter Mrazek. Who knows? But we do have 3 goalies on rosters. So, we got Alex Lyon, Cam Talbot. Lyon ends up taking the rest of that game. Played pretty well. Like I said, he only took that 1 goal off of Gunther. I think that was this first shot that he saw. But ends up shoring up the rest of the game. I think they had 20-plus shots on goal. So, I mean, pretty solid outing for him. And ends up taking a good win on the road. We end up going to Avalanche tonight, so who knows? We'll probably lose pretty horribly, but Anything
I
can
mean, to
happen.
be fair, the Avalanche are ridiculous. So, I mean,
yeah, I saw the odds were plus 240 and they're like negative 300. So
Jesus Christ.
pretty good on our end.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I get to see Brock Nelson play useless hockey for
You hate that
20
guy for
minutes.
no reason.
Dude, he's old as hell.
He
He's
just
also
looks
useless.
old. He's not
He's
useless. You would love
He's
him on
got
your
some
team.
use. I wouldn't.
You absolutely would. You have to deal with
No,
Washington.
I would actually be like, damn, dude, I'd have to swap him out for somebody. Dude, I'd probably take Matt Rempe over him.
Oh my goodness. Giving up all talent and skill just to hit someone once every 2 games.
No, it's not even that, dude. He's more useful.
I guess if you need a fighter, no other real use. But yeah, that's pretty tough, man. On the other end, the Dallas Stars played a few games, played 4 games. So that's a lot to touch on. I'll try to be somewhat brief with it. We hosted all 4 games. It was a nice home stand, I suppose. I mean, our players have been traveling so goddamn much that I'm just happy to see our logo in the center of the ice. But we played the Ducks. Sorry?
Don't they have half and half road games and home games?
Yeah, but it's not distributed 1 and then 1 and then 1 and then 1.
Yeah, but you're like, we've had hella road games. Like, boy, everybody has the same amount of road games.
All right, but we'd be traveling. Our division's like far as hell, so we're going up to Canada plenty of times. Anyway, so yeah, All right, Stars hosted 4 games.
To come down here.
We went ahead and I don't care what they have to do. The Ducks went ahead and came through town. Stars open up the scoring 8 minutes in on the power play. It's Thomas Harley throwing it on net. Wyatt Johnson plucks it out of the air, tips it in. Goal, Stars. Ducks at the 17-minute mark of the second period. I forgot to write down the name of who ended up getting the tip, but it was a similar-ish play. I talked about last week how we need to clear out the line of sight for our goaltenders. This time it was a tip in, and Leon Bischel, you see him going to get the shove in there, but he was a little too late, so didn't clear out the man. Whoever that guy was, he scored the goal, tied it up.
Nikita Nestorenko.
Yeah, I mean, who could remember that? Stars.
Everybody thought, what
go ahead and score with a minute and 30 seconds.
They score again. That's crazy.
Period. Yes, they did. It was a tight angle from Granlund. Granlund again, great addition. This game ends up with 2 goals.
That was 4 minutes into the second period. What do you mean?
A minute 30 seconds later after the last Ducks goal. Sorry, that's what
nice, dude.
I can't read my own handwriting sometimes, so that's
type it instead of write.
Yeah, the goal, the next Ducks goal pissed me off because it was a 5-on-3 first of all. So
Leo
penalty
Carlson
on Mikko Rantanen, and I believe Marchment was the other penalty. 5-on-3, initially ruled goaltender interference. That was reviewed, called back. Ducks goal stands. So that was quite unfortunate. And then the Ducks scored again, making it 3-2.
Yeah, it was a penalty shot, dude.
It was. So essentially, Esa Lindell whiffs on a puck. He's got to get that. I don't know what happened there. He's a great defender too. He just whiffed on an incoming pass. There's no star behind him. Obviously, he's the defender, and he should have got it. I forget. I think it was Carlson who comes in, scoops it up. Oscar Beck's tracking back, trying to save a goal, and commits a penalty. It's a penalty shot. And, of course, they beat our tender and score that one right there. So the Stars having to come back late as we have
beat our tender
plenty of times this year. 5 minutes into the third period, Thomas Harley, wide open, cuts inside. It was a pass from Jamie Benn, I believe, into the low slots. Thomas Harley, again, he's been offensively so crucial to us, especially as of late, because our lines have not been getting the job done, save for literally our fourth line. But so Thomas Harley scores the goal there. We go to OT, and it's Granlund who scoops it up. It was a shot from, initially, it was Rope. Not saved, falls to Granlund. Granlund backhands it in. We do win that game. It was way tighter than I thought it needed to be, but Dostal, he's a pretty solid goalie. Fair, fair enough to him. I think he has like a .9 save percentage, which, I mean, that's fantastic. But the Stars offensively, man, we have not been doing it enough, and it came to a head against the Lightning, where effort was the main takeaway. Pete DeBoer walked out of the post game interview pissed off because essentially he only gave credit to two parts of the team: the fourth line and Leon Bischel, because those are the only players at that time playing with any amount of effort and any amount of I don't know if passion's the right word, but everyone else just seemed turned off by the idea of playing a game. It was ridiculous, honestly. Casey DeSmith, another person you can compliment. He had a fantastic game. He stood on his head against a vaunted Tampa Bay Lightning offense, but it's not enough. The Lightning do end up winning that one in a shootout. Look, I'm glad that, and the only reason you even get to the shootout is Casey DeSmith. There's no offensive. I mean, I try to compliment how great our lines looked, especially after the deadline. They look like shit right now. We are not getting it done. Pete DeBoer was pissed. I was pissed. There's just a lack of effort from 90% of the roster. We go to the shootout there, lose that one. I said I was going to be quick, and I'm going slow as hell. All right, we go to the Flyers game. Again, similar story. We go to overtime. We do end up taking that one in overtime. The winner scored by, I believe it was Harley again. I should have wrote it down. I did write it down. Where'd it go? Yeah, Thomas Harley with the winner. 8 seconds into overtime.
Tommy.
Sorry?
Tommy.
Yeah, good old Tommy. He's no stranger to hitting a game winner, man. That dude loves overtime, I swear. So, again, in the absence of Miro, we can't replicate his defense, but as far as the offensive output's going, and Harley and Miro aren't exactly the same offensively, but he's absolutely scoring at a rate that is similar to Miro, if not better. And so, I mean, that's good to see for the young defenseman. We do take that game, but we were outshot for, massive parts of the game. I thought Philadelphia really should have taken that win. I don't think the Stars played good enough, but we'll take the 2 points. That's fine. Pete DeBoer again spoke on that, and I think finally against the Wild yesterday, you saw a light come on for our offense. We do win that one 3-0. It was only 2 goals in regulation, and the first goal didn't come until well into the second period. But I think what you saw was a massive defensive effort to assist in clearing lines of sight for Otter. Otter, he's had some rough games recently, but he absolutely played. He had a shutout, of course, saved 31 shots, I believe it was. But great game from Otter. And then, Wyatt Johnson scored again on the power play from there it is, Harley. It was similar to that first goal that I talked about against the Ducks. Power play, Harley throws it in, Wyatt tip. There was a large amount of of our attackers in front of Gustafson. Both goals, Gustafson was completely shielded. And I talked about last week how I think that was something that we needed to do. We can't have every player on the perimeter and just waiting around and trying to be too cute with it. We got to get, into the face of the defense. And we absolutely did do that. So I think Pete DeBoer fired him up and told him, hey, man, y'all are messing up in this area, this area, this area. And I saw Bischel clearing them out the entire game. So those things that I had pointed out last week, at least for last night's game, looked corrected. There's still, you can't just do it once, right? You got to make it a habit. And but again, glad to see Ottinger back on track. But yeah, man, the lack of intensity that we showed in the first half of these games, I was really disappointed. So the Stars, with only, what do we have, like 10 games left? We have 12 games. We really have to build the momentum now. We can't go into the playoffs as cold as we have been. So I'm gonna need to see some improvement in these upcoming games, and those games will be, before we record again. We've got the Oilers tomorrow. Again, Oilers missing their star players. If we lose this one, I'll be so pissed. But we're traveling up to Edmonton. We should win that one. We'll stay in Canada on Thursday. We'll be in Calgary taking on the Flames. The Flames are going to be fighting for their playoff lives. They still can get in. But I do expect the Stars to have finally turned that corner and get the job done. We'll be in Seattle next Saturday. This upcoming Saturday. We'll be playing at Seattle, and Seattle's trash. We also play them on Monday in Seattle again, so we're not going to be doing any traveling as far as that's concerned. And again, we should be taking care of business. Seattle is absolute hot garbage. And based on the way that Andre played last game and Casey DeSmith has been playing, we should be there should be some leeway for the offense, for our attack to get it together, because we have such great goal play. But again, that being said, we need to continue keeping men in front of their goalie, shield them, and just to play harder, more physical. Our fourth line demonstrates that every time they go out there, but the other three lines do have to step that up. And I should mention, against the Wild, unbelievably, we had another player struck in the face with a puck. It was our third player in like a month and a half or 2 months. Mika Rantanen took one.
Gotta wear the face guards.
He came back with the shield on, so luckily, it wasn't too severe. But Jesus Christ, we've had horrible luck when it comes to that. Whew, that was a lot. Yeah, so going forward again, real quick, I'm sorry. Yeah, 12 games to go. So Stars are in second in the division. Avalanche are right behind them. There's no easy path in the Western Conference, so I'm a little nervous about that, if I'm being honest. But yeah, hopefully this road trip we can build some more momentum going forward. But yeah, Keaton, you ready to make some picks?
Yeah, and as always, gonna get better than picks than you.
You did have some luck. I'll give you that. You went 4-5. I went
great
3-6. It was an abysmal week for both of us, if we're being honest. You're sitting at 78 and 69. I am sitting at 65 and 82, which is astonishing. Yeah, but I'm gonna turn it around. First game of the week.
12 games left.
Yeah, hey, there's plenty here. Our first game is going to be Ottawa traveling to Buffalo to take on the Sabres. The Buffalo Sabres at home are a +1.5. Who you got there?
I'm going to roll with the Senators. I don't think that the Buffalo Sabres will be able to cover.
Yeah, Sabres are atrocious. I kind of want Cousins to score on Buffalo on his return.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be fun. All right. Yeah, taking the Senators.
Would it?
It would. I want the misery to be piled on Buffalo as much as it possibly can be. The Flyers are traveling to Toronto.
I think they had the longest streak of no playoffs.
Yeah. They're traveling to Toronto, taking on the Maple Leafs, where the Maple Leafs are -1.5 at home. Who are you taking there?
I'm going to take the Maple Leafs. I know the Flyers can show some bit of gusto here and there, but they're trash.
Yeah, give me the...
They can score like 2 goals a game kind of thing, but yeah, I don't know, man. They're just weird.
Yeah, for sure. Maple Leafs for me. We have the Penguins traveling to Tampa to take on the Lightning. Spread in that one is hometown Tampa -1.5. Who do you have there?
I'm taking Tampa Bay for a very similar reason.
Yep. No arguments there. Moving on, we have the Predators traveling to Carolina to take on the Hurricanes. It is -1.5 to the hometown Hurricanes. Who do you have there?
I'm picking the hometown Hurricanes because the Predators are worse than the aforementioned teams.
All right, I won't be able to make up too much ground on you if we're gonna keep making the same picks. I'm going with the
You
Hurricanes
could throw a
as
different one
well.
out there.
Well, I'm not. I don't. The last three teams: Flyers, Penguins, and Predators. Get out of here. All right,
You never know, dog.
that's fair. Moving on, we have the Canadiens traveling to St. Louis to take on the Blues. Blues are -1.5. Who do you got there?
You know, I think I'm going to take the Canadians in this one.
Ooh, all right, I respect that. I'll go with the Fighting Jim Montgomerys to get
You
it
hate
done.
the Blues.
I'm not the biggest fan of them, that is correct, but I'll say they take care of business there. Vegas is traveling to Minnesota to take on the Wild. Wild are +1.5. Who do you got there?
It's going to be a tough one, but I'm going to roll with the +1.5 with the Wild. Um, they're not going to get shut out, and Vegas plays a weird game.
I'm gonna go with the Golden Knights in that one. -1.5. I think there's too much talent on that roster, and the Wild are fighting through some injuries at the moment, so we'll see how that goes. Moving on, the Capitals are going to Winnipeg, taking on the Jets. Jets are -1.5. Who do you have there?
I'm going to take the Capitals in this one. That +1.5 is mighty nice.
Yeah. I was standing up for the Winnipeg Jets earlier. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Give me Jets -1.5.
They're
Detroit
ass,
is
dude.
traveling to Colorado to take on the Avalanche. Hometown
Speaking
Avalanche
of ass,
-1.5. Who do you got there?
I'm taking the Avalanche in this one. As much as I like the Red Wings, I like beating Rudy at Pick'ems a lot better.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's not going to happen this week, but I also am going with the Avalanche. Moving on, we have the
Let's go.
Kraken traveling up to Calgary, taking on the Flames, where the spread in that one is Flames -1.5. Who do you have there?
You know what? I'm gonna take the Kraken with
Oh,
+1.5.
wow. He wants me to make a comeback. Incredible. Give me the
You're
Flames.
not even gonna come back, dude, because
I'm
you're
so far
gonna
we've
go with the
picked
Flames and they're
three
gonna
different
flame you
games.
out again.
I'm getting every single one correct this week. You're
You're
on,
not.
or I'm sorry. Rangers are traveling to LA, taking on the Kings. Hometown Kings
9:30
-1.5.
p.m.
Who do you got there?
Central Time. I'm gonna roll with the. I'm gonna roll with the Rangers with the +1.5 and see what's what.
Yep, it's pretty solid. That is pretty solid. I am going to have to,
Let's
unfortunately,
go.
agree with you. God damn it. I don't like that. All
Just
right.
pick the other team, dog. The hometown team.
I don't see them winning by two. I can see them winning by one for
You're a
sure, but
pussy.
I think the Rangers are
You're
a
a pussy.
pretty tough team, much improved since their early
Pusillanimous.
struggles. But yeah, so we got three different games going this week. We will see the comeback in action. Moving forward, we go prize picks, Keaton. Last week, I went 0 for 2 because Connor Bedard and
Nice.
I forgot who I paired him with
Bedarded.
decided to be, yeah, yeah. They were trash. They were absolutely abysmal. I think I had him going over 20 minutes on ice, and he went for 15. So that was super good.
He probably got ejected again.
He actually didn't, but he had the second least shifts, so I think they moved him down a line or two just to punish him. But I didn't exactly see the lines. But yeah, he had the second least shifts on the team, which good God. But this week, Keaton, I am picking up the
Okay.
bag. I went ahead and chose. I'm going with Braden Shen
Guy doesn't even know what
over
he chose.
to get a point today, at least one. The line's 0.5 yet. So Braden Shen over
He's not
0.5
gonna get
points.
one.
And then I went with Philip Tomasino to get over 1.5 shots on goal. He's been clearing that. I expect them to probably be down against the Lightning, so start throwing pucks on net, getting shots up. So, yes. Bang.
My picks only went 1 and 2, which, I mean, doesn't pay out anyway. But yeah, it does not seem like Alex Killorn just wanted to shoot the puck. He got 1 out of 1.5. Just bitch boy. I will say Eric Collison's point streak did end, and I was right about that. I'm pretty happy about it. But this time, we got Stutzla or Stutzla, however you want to pronounce that. Good old Timmy boy. He's got to get more than 1.5 shots on goal for the Ottawa Senators against the Trash Sabres tonight. So, pretty good. And Yanni Nyman or Johnny. I don't know, man. You never know. I'm pretty sure it's Yanni. But Yanni Nyman should get over 1.5 shots on goal against the Flames because it'll coincide with my plus 1.5 bet. So I'm sure he's going to do it.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Well, Keaton, I believe that is all for this episode. Is there anything that I'm forgetting?
It should be it. I mean, Quinn Hughes had a 31-minute time on ice last night.
That is outrageous. Cool. That's genuinely outrageous.
That's over half a game, so yeah.
As a forward, good God.
He's a defenseman.
Oh, shit. No, duh. Okay.
Classic, dude.
Yeah.
This
my
guy.
brain's fried. I was about to say that. Yeah, okay. All right.
Because I think it's Luke and Quinn are both defensemen, but I think Jack is a forward.
There's too many Hughes in the
league.
At
least that's what I think. I'm
way
not sure.
Too many Hughes. So excuse me for that one. But I believe that'll be all for this episode. Y'all take it easy.
That should be it, man.